Hi guys, it's Julie. Today I'm going to bring you something that's a little different from what I usually do. Normally I'm making videos about publishing or writing advice or perspectives, but today I'm going to do something that's a little more creative. I'm going to read you the first page of the book that I'm going to be working on next. This is the sequel to a book I've already written and the second in my trilogy. The reason that I'd like to read it to you is that I'd like to see how it works as a fresh start. I would like my second book to not be entirely dependent on the first book in order to resonate with the readers. I want it to mostly be able to stand on its own, and it actually comes at a pretty good uh, divide in the main character's life so that it's a good starting point even if you haven't read the first one. And I really like it better if the second book in a series is not entirely dependent on understanding what happened in the first. So this is just kind of a mood piece. It's the introduction. It doesn't contain any kind of spoilers for the first one if you're worried about that at all. I don't know how many of you really care about that, but it's just kind of something that I'd like to share and see if anybody has any comments about this first page in the next project I'm going to work on when I start writing a novel again. Once you've reached the bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. Such a peculiarly hopeful notion for someone who'd survived the blow I had. Life had taught me nothing but to expect more blows, and yet I seized the optimistic thought and clutched it to my heart. I honestly expected my lot to improve after sinking to such depths. I actually did, naively and rather comically, believe I had reached the lowest point of my life. In spite of the hatred and disappointment that had turned my idealistic young mind towards sullenness and distrust, I still craved love, and I still thought I would find it. It seems so laughable now. I was so precocious, with such an old soul, and yet these childish expectations danced in my head. They blinded me to inevitable realities that a person like me could never escape. I remember wanting that love so much, thinking if only I could get through to my enemies once and for all, they would understand me and accept me. I thought their rejection could be cured with a breakthrough. I thought it was all a misunderstanding. I thought they hated me because they didn't know me. I was about to find out they did know the real me and hated it all the same. Poised on the brink of womanhood, I teetered on the edge of a canyon of possibilities, more than convinced I would soar over it when the time came to leap. I'd earned my wings, hadn't I? Falling is still possible with wings, even if they're not broken. I didn't know that. I do now.